name is Jenny. I'm 17 years old and I'm about to be a senior in high school.
My name is Brianna, and I'm a sophomore right now, and I'm in a marching band.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm 18 years old. I'm a dancer. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, so 15 years.
My name's Jaron. I go to McIntosh High School, and at McIntosh I play on the tennis team.
Hi, my name's Meg Weaver, and I'm a dancer.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. For the past 2 years, I've been shadowing at the hospital and different practices, and then actually last year I had a job as a medical assistant, so that's the field I want to pursue.
Hi, I'm Mallory. I'm 17, and I tore my left and right ACL and my left meniscus playing lacrosse.
I've had 3 concussions.
My injury didn't happen, there wasn't a day where it's it happened. I played soccer for about 5 years, and I didn't really take care of my body that much, and so my knees started getting really worn down and really just bad.
I sprained my ankle about a year ago. I was at a dance intensive and just a grade 1 sprain, and I'd use crutches over the weekend and be fine. It made itself pretty clear that was a misdiagnosis. I'm still in physical therapy for it now. It's been a really long process. It took me 10 months to get back on point.
I had a shoulder injury, and it was mainly right below my scapula, where a lot of times when I serve it would get overextended, or I would stretch it a weird way, or sometimes with my form on different strokes it could get really tight in that area, so I went to physical therapy to stop it from getting so tight, so I didn't end up injuring it in the future.
In December of 2016, I fell and dislocated my patella, fractured my femur, and dislocated my fibula. And when I dislocated the fibula, I got nerve damage down the entire lower part of my leg, and it went numb. And so throughout the past year and a half, I've been through several doctors, and most of it's consisted of physical therapy.
That was when my knee started getting really bad, and it was at times it was so swollen, I couldn't even walk.
The hardest part about my injury was the isolationism of it all. Part of the treatment was just laying in a dark room, not being able to do anything. I definitely think that the mental aspect of the injury was 1,000 times worse than the physical pain of it all, even though it was awful physically. And especially it being, you can't see a concussion. You can look at a person with a concussion and they look absolutely normal. And people just expected me to be okay.
Because of the shoulder injury, I had less time to practice tennis serves, which is a really big part of the game. It was something I needed to get better. And unfortunately, I had to go at least an hour a day to go get my shoulder worked on, and I couldn't put more strain on it, so I couldn't even practice the serves. So a lot of other kids who were able to work on the serves got ahead of me at that time.
Okay, the most difficult part probably for me was going back to school, because after everything, it still hurts a lot to be injured. And so going back to school is just really physically draining, because if you're on crutches, you're going through the halls, and it's a lot more work than it looks like it is. And so just being constantly exhausted, because your body's healing too. So it's just the constant exhaustion. And you're already behind, because I had to miss school for my surgeries.
I think the most difficult part of my injury is definitely what it does to you mentally. Even though you've got a bunch of cheerleaders on the sideline, you've got your physical therapists and all the assistants there that are helping you, and then you've got your family backing you up, and you've got friends, and you've got other people going through the exact same thing. It's really a big mental game, because you just feel stupid.
The most scared I was in April when I went to a pain doctor, and they told me that I had this disease called CRPS, and I may or may not keep my leg, and I'd probably end up in a wheelchair.
A few days after my second concussion, I realized that I didn't have a childhood anymore. That was the fall of my sophomore year, and I couldn't remember anything from freshman year or before that.
Scariest moment for me was probably going back to lacrosse, because I'd torn 2 ACLs playing that sport, and by the time that I went back, I didn't feel 100%. So when I went back to playing lacrosse, it was actually so scary, and I I didn't feel comfortable. Even with the huge ACL braces, that was probably the scariest thing ever.
Coping with the injury was hard, but instead of going to some of the dance classes like I should have, I took a lot more time to stay home and stay with my family and like actually eat dinner with my family every night, which never happened when I was in dance class all the time, and to go to like church events with them.
Going to dance became a lot more difficult, being able to watch everyone who could dance when I knew I couldn't be up there with them when I had been just a few weeks earlier, or wherever I was in the injury. And as I went, then I realized I need something new in my time, so I became more involved in the drama program at school, and that helped me push through.
There were a lot of tears. There was a lot of difficult moments. I tried to focus on other things. Like, I threw myself into getting better, and I really tried not to think about the fact that I couldn't play anymore, the fact that I couldn't drive, the fact that I couldn't see anybody, because it was just hard.
In terms of a support network or having support while I was getting the physical therapy, I say more than anything it would have been my older brother, who also had shoulder problems, and like I said before, he ended up getting surgery for it, so he completely understood how I felt.
So I definitely had a really good support network of friends, because the night before I got surgery, all my friends knew that I was terrified because I'd never gotten surgery. I hate doctors, I hate needles. And so my friends had like a little party at my house where they were like, "Good luck with surgery, Mallory."
So having a support network when you're going through a lot of emotional stress is huge. For me, that was my family and my church family, really. I teach a little group of dancers at my church, and they'd all, like, 8-year-olds, they'd come up and be like, "I'm praying for you, and I'm praying for your ankle. I'm praying that you'll be able to dance again so that you can teach us." And just having so many people in various walks of life just praying for my ankle and praying for me to be able to dance again was huge.
Like, my close friends, like, I would just, like, talk to them about it, and they would make jokes and, like, lighten the mood a little bit. And they would always, like, if I needed help, they would help me, and like if I didn't want to speak up about it, they would speak up for me. If I was doing an activity and I didn't want to say like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well, can I like sit out or something," they would like speak up for me and be like, she doesn't want to say anything, but she's in pain right now." So
Since my injury, I've started seizing every opportunity that comes across. I've been going out with friends more, I've been taking more job opportunities, writing more letters of recommendation, or trying to get more letters of recommendation, writing more essays so I can get scholarships, things like that. Because I wasn't able to do anything for so long, and I missed out on a lot. I don't want to miss out on anything else.
This is kind of weird, but I dance like so much more because I couldn't dance for like 9.5 months, and that was like the worst. I would have to do like chair dancing, and I never danced before.
I've really decided that I want to be a physical therapist, and I'd love to specialize in dancers. With my background in both like ballet and lyrical and tap and all of those and Irish dance, I think I have a lot of experience to bring to the table as far as working with other dancers and other athletes in general.
You have nothing to worry about. You're going to get through it for sure, and you're going to be able to play just as much as you want to in the future. Just put in the work like you normally do.
speak up about it and don't let it turn into something worse.
Probably tell myself to be more optimistic. What's the point? Like, I'm never gonna get better, because when I went in, I was told, "You're gonna probably live with this the rest of your life. The only thing we can do is make it better." It does get better, and that sounds so cliche when you think about it, but it really does. And I think the key is to work hard, surround yourself with people that are encouraging, surround yourself with good people, because it's better to have positive energy when you're going through dumb things in your life.
While you're going through it, it seems like it's a lot longer than like after. So like looking back at it, it seems like a blur. Like it all went so fast. But like when I was going through it, I know that it felt like every single day took forever. But like going back, like looking back at it, it definitely like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was when it was happening.
To be patient and to let myself heal, because I inevitably, like, through dancing on it and trying to push through it, I made everything worse.
I know you're broken, but you're fixable.